Good morning. Let me tell you. Oh, 2:29 in the morning. Dear Lord. I mean, gee whiz. I couldn't sleep for some weird and wonderful reason. Probably had that figured out about 2 minutes after I realized I couldn't sleep. Anyways, not as bad as the other night. I kind of woke up, because I really wasn't sleeping then either, and I took a look at my watch, and I thought, oh dear Lord, it's 7 or something. And I thought, well, I don't really feel like it, but I'm just going to get up. Well, I ended up fully dressed and all ready to go out and have my morning sabbatical and my cup of coffee. And I realized it was 2 or something. Oh, gee whiz, eh? Oh, the joy. Well, this is about the one and the only time I ever appreciated ever being single. At least I didn't wake the poor lady up next to me. I'd probably not have needed to go outside necessarily. Oh, children, what a joy to be alive. Just kind of thought I'd get up and heat myself up a black coffee, a little tiny sugar, and so I watched every blessed video that I've done since Christmas, I guess. Oh, even a couple on Christmas Eve. Oh, and I listened to my father, and he says, lighten up. That's a novel idea. I mean, it truly is. Well, I said the only way I can lighten up is not to be so serious. And he says, choose. Oh, it just seems so simple when someone else is giving you advice and, well, you know in your heart it's right. And, well, in this instance, my father, well, he not only knows that I know it's right in my heart, what he's saying, because, well, he knows everything about me. A little disconcerting in some ways, but nonetheless, he knows. Yep. Don't argue with him. Oh, my goodness. So, I did get dressed, and I did just now go out and sit outside. I am telling you, you would not want to be running around buck naked outside right now. August, perhaps, but not now. Oh. She's chilly up here in Fort Mac. I don't know where you are. But you know, it's not altogether impossible you could be just getting up somewhere. As I just finished doing, but a little prematurely. You know, I spend a lot of time. Well, I have quite an abundance of it. This is funny. children. I'm halfway through my computer crap. Uh, just about ready to go back to work. What a joy. Camp job. 14 on, 7 off. Gonna be a real problem, children. I went on a very interesting weight loss program last, probably February. And in about 6 weeks' time, it might have been 2 months. I went from 204 way down. Oh, dear Lord. And I don't want to go way back up. So I am going to have to do something that I find gravely offensive. I am going to have to use some blessed discipline. I am going to have to eat healthy. And I don't know how to do that. I always thought, boy, I was convinced a perfect meal, chips and gravy, the biggest steak you could get, probably only a 4 or 6 or 8 ounce little steak, and on a Friday afternoon, every day on a Friday afternoon, the boys and I, when we worked together, and we'd go and go to Woody's Tap House in Calgary. We were working down there then, living down there, and that's what I would eat. And medium rare. You don't want to overcook things. They say that char on the outside of steak, that's the burnt part, is not good for your health. Well, not everything's good for your health. That's good, or feels good, or whatever. Oh, my goodness, Tim Hortons. Oh, that is good stuff. Anyways, just kind of hanging out here by myself. And, boy, I'll tell you, it's a good thing that I kind of grew up kind of hanging out by myself. I'm really excited about this new job. I really am. And I'm not altogether certain how it's going to work out. And I actually get to drive my wonderful old Dodge north, further north. And they're paying me 4 hours each way. I hope it's not that far, dear Lord. It's chilly outside, I'll tell you. My old 20-year-old Dodge, it's a sweetie, but it has personality written all over it. I'd run a Ford, but there's something about a Dodge long and black. Of course, mine's black only on the front end. The back is a replacement box, and it's kind of navy. Kind of confusing, but nonetheless, it's the way it is. I was just thinking, what do you do when you can't sleep? I mean, if you live alone, like, what do you do? Well, I guess it doesn't have to be that way. I remember, I remember, I remember too much, I guess, actually. We're going to close that door before I walk through it. I don't, I generally, when I do a video like this at night, uh, it's been happening lately. And I'll delete it the next morning. And so I'm really trying to be careful that I'm not saying anything, shall we say, that would be untoward. I'm not sure what it'd be toward, but definitely untoward. Children, Christmas. I think one of the greatest times of the year, and probably in many people's minds, probably one of the worst. And I understand that because it's kind of like how I cook. I mean, I cook, and I really spend some time. You know, those little funny. I don't put anything over my hair when I'm cooking. If I have my hat on, there's a really good chance I'm not going to shed too much. And oh, gee, do I hate finding a hair in my food? Oh, you have no idea. I mean, the sorrow and the loss that one more strand fell off of my head. Well, not really, I'm joking. Anyways, when I cook, by the time I'm done cooking, I don't even want to eat. Quite often, I won't. And so camp life is going to be a novel idea. I can eat too much, and I'm not going to. In fact, that green crap salad, I, I'm not going to have it for breakfast, but I'm going to try to have it for supper every day. Kind of like penance. I mean, I'm kind of I think the word is carnivore. I eat meat. I could be a vegetarian quite easily. I realize that. We're not a vegan. Oh no, that'd be that for me. That'd be stupid. I mean, but a vegetarian, I could do that. I really enjoyed raising my heifers. My neighbor come over one evening after supper. He said, what do you have that stock trailer out there backed up to the heifer pen for? I said, well, I unfortunately, I'm going to have to take them in to be butchered in the morning. He said, well, how do you figure on getting the heifers from the pen into the horse trailer, which is incidentally is about 20 grand more than a stock trailer. And but anyways, I said, you know, his first name is Gary. Oh, good man, good man. And I said, Gary, well, I kind of figured I'd just open the doors and open the panels. I said, I have it all measured out. And I should try that once, I guess, before morning to make sure that it all kind of closes. He says, yeah, Gary is a trucker, but he grew up on a farm. Well, I was born on a farm, but I grew up in a tourist area. We were the only people in that tourist area except for Eileen Campbell, and she had Long Acres Dude Ranch. And but we're the only other people with horses. And I said, Gary, I'm kind of hopeful it's going to work. He said, well, why not do it now? He said, it'd be interesting. I said, oh, Gary, brother, I'm pretty sure, pretty sure it's going to be interesting. He said, Jim, it wouldn't hurt to try. And I said, well, I'm not doing anything. Oh, he said, I wouldn't miss this for the world. And I said, well, then let's just do it. And I had my 3 little heifers out there. They're Charolais. Oh, gee, I like them. Oh, children. I'd rather shoot a moose, unless I knew it. But I sure do like Charolais. Oh, Black Angus, Red Angus, pretty good too. I kind of draw the line there. Anyways, Gary and I, we opened the panels, and he says, he says, oh Jim, I'm looking forward to this. I said, son, gonna be interesting. I said, Gary, I said, we had everything done, so that when the cows, heifers, that's a female cow that has not had bore a baby, and kind of like a filly in a horse. And I said, Gary, could you get on the other side of the fence there, son? Because they don't know. Yeah, what if when I ask them to get in? He said, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to ask them to get in the trailer. He said, you're going to talk to your heifers. I said, well, I might as well. I mean, how else are they ever going to know that I'd like them to get in the trailer if I don't mention it to them? I mean, just even in passing. Oh, I am getting so much better at blowing my nose. Before Christmas, I really blew my nose quite a bit on the videos, and I thought, I don't even remember the storyline. All I remember is watching myself blow my nose, and oh dear Lord God in heaven, it was a terrible sound. Frightful. So anyways, Gary, he gets his over the panels, and I walk out to the heifers, and I'm kind of walking up to them, and they're watching me, but they're not watching me. Oh, but they were watching me. I said, girls, made sure Gary could hear. I said, girls, I'd kind of like you to get up and get in the trailer. And I kind of looked off to the side to see it. Well, Gary wasn't rolling on the ground yet, but I could tell he was getting ready. And if he weren't so blessed interested, I'm sure the neighbors half a mile away would have heard him laughing at this old cowboy. Well, I'm not a cowboy. I'm a rancher. Oh, not a good one. Yeah, I could care less. I mean, I had my ranch. A lot of people dream about that. I sure did. Let me tell you that. I sure did. Anyways, I said, girls, I said, yep, she's time. Get in the trailer. They looked at me, all 3 of them. We're about 1,250 pounds. And they started to move. And as soon as they had 4 feet under them, they spun into a dead, solid run. And they went into that trailer flat out as hard as they could go. And I walked over to the trailer and I closed the door on the doors, 2 doors on the trailer. Shut it pretty good, all that stuff. I turned to Gary, and he was always fairly talkative, especially when he had run over a deer horn that had punctured his tire on his tractor. Oh, pretty eloquent, verbose. And I looked at him, I said, well, brother, I said, I think that worked out pretty good. He said, do you want to tell me how you did that? I said, well, it's pretty complicated. I think it has a lot to do with the relationship you build with your heifers. You know, treat them kind, respect, feed them well, plenty of water, don't ever raise a hand against them. Oh, yeah, that food thing? He said, yeah. Well, I said, I've been feeding them in the horse trailer for the last 2 weeks. Children, I'm going to go back to bed. I'm kind of tired. May finish my coffee and then I'll go back to bed. God bless Shay. I'm going to try to lighten up a bit. Gee whiz. Take a shot at her. Well, you probably better at lightening up a bit than I am. Jeez. Too serious. God bless, eh?